Start your day tomorrow with WTVY News 4 this morning.
The following is a paid program brought to you by the Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation and Brighton Credit Management Corporation.
Are you burdened by too much credit card debt?
When I couldn't pay my bills, it was very demoralizing because I didn't feel good about myself.
There's not a lot of future in knowing that you have a debt that you may never see an end to.
To try to tell them when you're going to have the money next and you don't know for sure and you don't want to lie, that's very stressful.
We weren't behind on anything, but we feared getting behind. So that's exactly why we sought out the company.
What if you could cut your credit card interest rate dramatically?
My lowest credit card was probably about 12.9 to anywhere from 24.5, whatever it was at that time. And right now, there's no interest.
We were paying between 12 to 18%, and now we're down to about 6 to 8%.
I had a couple of accounts go to 0%, some went to 6, some went to 9. A lot more of the money went to the balances.
I was paying about 22% interest, and once I got in the program, my interest rate dropped to 0.
What if you could cut your total monthly payments by 1/3 or more?
My payments were roughly around $500. And then when I got on the program, I was quoted a price of around $389. And just here recently, my payment has dropped down to $277.
$840 and dropped down to $460.
It was about $275 to close to $300 a month. And now I pay $190, which is a great difference.
Slash interest rates, reduce payments, and get out of debt much faster with the Debt Relief Clearinghouse. And here to tell you more about the Debt Relief Clearinghouse is leading personal finance author, television commentator, and radio talk show guest, Jordan Goodman.
Hi, I'm Jordan Goodman. And since 1979, when I started writing for Money Magazine, I have met so many responsible people in this country who found themselves in terrible credit card debt almost by accident. Maybe because they lost their jobs or had high medical bills, or maybe because of small charges here and there that added up to a big debt before they even realized it. And these people would ask me, is there any help available? Is there any way I can get out from under this horrible debt that's ruining my marriage and destroying my health and my family?
When I was dealing with the credit card companies, I felt like I was worthless. Even though I was calling them to try to explain my situation to them, they made me feel as if I didn't want to pay my bills.
It was horrible. It seemed like it was going to last forever. I mean, we'd make the minimum monthly payment, and it was covering just the interest.
It was just totally unbearable. It just felt like we couldn't even sleep at night, really.
They would call sometime late at night, very early in the morning. It just was very uncomfortable to have them call all the time.
The reason I'm here today is to tell you that I've found an answer. If you're one of the many thousands of people who found yourself over your head in debt, you need to hear about the Debt Relief Clearinghouse. One of the fine companies that Debt Relief Clearinghouse refers many clients to is the Brighton Credit Management Corporation. Imagine paying off your debt in a matter of a few years instead of the 20 or even 30 years it can take you just by paying the minimum balance on your credit cards every month.
We're able to negotiate with the banks to reduce the interest rates that the consumer is being charged. This allows much more money on a monthly basis to be going directly toward the principal, so the balances can come down.
We can help clients get out of debt a lot quicker than if they were on their own. If they were on their own, it can take a client some 10 years, some 20 years, some 40, depending on how much in debt they are. That our average client, we can get out of debt within 3 to 5 years.
When they come on the program, because of the reduced interest rates and the kind of money that we're able to save them, it allows them to feel like they're finally getting their bills paid off. And obviously it makes them feel good about themselves that they've finally taken a step to get the bills taken care of.
Being halfway there to being debt-free in 3 years is great, considering it would have been 30 years had I chosen another program.
I'm happy now. My bills are paid. My bills are, I'm out of debt. I can breathe easier.
It's a relief off my shoulders, knowing that my money is actually going somewhere and it's making a difference.
In fact, every day people are turning their lives around with just one phone call. All the people you'll see on the show today discussing their debts are real people. None of them have been paid to be here. The reason they're willing to come on national television and tell us about their personal debts is because of how excited they are about the success they've found.
Miriam Segura went through a divorce and found herself alone with 2 children, getting deeper and deeper in debt.
When you go through a divorce, you find yourself with one income, with all your children, more than likely with a mortgage. And then all of a sudden, the credit card companies start calling you. You're afraid to answer that phone. And I did feel like stung. You know, I really did want to pay those bills. When I called the debt management company, the first time I talked to Gordon, he made me feel as if though I was worthy. I was making the right decision. My interest is non-existent now. My bills are coming down so much faster. And I feel like I finally have control over my debt. It's finally going away.
There are a number of tremendous benefits you receive by calling the Debt Relief Clearinghouse. The first and most obvious benefit is that you can get your debt down much faster. And here's why. When you sign up with the Debt Relief Clearinghouse, they can get you a much lower interest rate. I also want to emphasize that this is not a home equity credit line. It's not a new credit card. It's not a new loan of any kind. The last thing you need right now is more debt. Now, you know as well as I do that most credit card companies charge you between 18 and 21% on your balances. At that high an interest rate, no wonder many of us are getting into trouble.
You have no idea how long you're going to be paying for this. Yeah, it sounds great, $5,000 here, $1,000 here. It's going to take you 30 years to pay this thing off. It would be, you know, you could pay a house off in 30 years. Why would you want to be paying for a credit card?
When you haven't got the education that it takes to figure out the interest and everything, it don't seem that, the interest don't seem that bad, but whenever you start having to pay 18.5% interest the way they figure their interest, you're never going to get out of debt.
So you work all week, you work hard, you want to have your money. When you get home, you got to pay the credit card bill. You look at the statement, hasn't gone down anything. You've just basically paid the interest rate off, and you're not going anywhere.
You're sinking in debt, and you just don't even realize the amount that it is.
30 years to get out of debt for my financial situation. But now I'm on a 5-year program, and I've already got a year under my belt, 4 more years, and I'm home free.
With the Debt Relief Clearinghouse, you can get your interest rates reduced dramatically. Many credit card companies will reduce their rates to between 6 and 9%. Some will even reduce their interest rates to 0.
Before I got hold of the Debt Relief Company, I was paying about 22% interest, and once I got in the program, my interest rate dropped to 0.
Before, between 18 and 25, and after the program, from 0 to 6%.
We went from some of them over 20% to some of them no percentage at all.
I thought I was the ultimate negotiator. I can negotiate it, and, you know, I can work this out and get it down, and that, you know, they know where I'm coming from, but no, it didn't work that way. So I definitely needed help.
I had a couple of accounts go to 0%, some went to 6, some went to 9. A lot more of the money went to the balances. So the balances started coming down, where I could actually now see myself getting out of debt instead of paying it forever. Now, why would your creditors drop their rates so substantially for the Debt Relief Clearinghouse when they wouldn't give you the same break if you called them? The first reason is that the debt management company is saving your creditors a lot of money by doing some of their work for them. And the other important reason is that your creditors would prefer that you pay your debts to them over time at a lower interest rate than winding up having to go bankrupt and not paying them at all. And it's also so much simpler. At the same time you're paying down your debt faster, you're writing just one check a month. No more worrying about which bill is due on which date. You write just one check each month, and the debt management company disperses the right amounts to all your creditors. If you prefer, you can even have your monthly payment automatically transferred from your bank each month, so you don't have to write any checks to pay off your credit cards at all.
Once a month, you send their money, and that's it. And they do everything else for you.
We don't have to worry about late fees or forgetting or, you know, even going on vacation. We don't even have to worry about, you know, getting that payment out before or waiting until after. They take care of it for us.
One of the best benefits was that I only had to pay one bill, not 20, not worried about stamps, envelopes. Where'd I put that envelope? Where's that envelope? It's under the bed. Where, just paying one bill, mail it off, one stamp, and you know that everything is being taken care of.
If you've fallen behind on your bills, you know those threatening phone calls and letters from bill collectors. When you sign up for debt relief, your service representative will take care of them for you, which means you can start answering the phone again and going to the mailbox without getting a knot in your stomach.
Some of the creditors, they can call up to 5, 10 times a day, sometimes two or three different people from the same company. So most of the people at that stage don't even answer their phone. So now with us coming in between and handling their bills and handling the situation, we're now able to contact the creditors, notify them that we're handling the bills for them, where now the phone calls will eventually be eliminated. They're not receiving calls from creditors or collection agencies anymore. They have a great sense of relief from being able to know that their debts are taken care of professionally and in a timely manner.
We let people know that, no matter how far in debt they are, that everything is going to be okay and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that, we are here to help, and that's what we're all about.
Deborah McNaughton has been a credit counselor for over 21 years and is the author of 2 well-known books on credit. And when she's counseling new clients, she shares with them the benefits of the Debt Relief Clearinghouse.
What excites me about the Debt Relief Clearinghouse is that they have qualified counselors that become the go-between. And what they will do is they will get in the middle, they will contact the creditor, they will help renegotiate the accounts, lower interest, defer payments, whatever it takes. There is a middle person, and that takes the stress off the client. People that are considering bankruptcy really need to think about this, because this is something that will reflect on their credit report for 10 years and basically hurt their chances of future credit for many years. With the Debt Relief Clearinghouse, it gives them another option. It gives them a way to pay the creditors at a reduced rate as well as save their credit rating.
And while you're paying off your debts, if you happen to hit a snag in your ability to pay, your debt management representative will be there to help you through those tough times until you're back on your feet again.
We have an excellent program called our Hardship Program, in which we'll contact each of the creditors and set up the absolute minimum payments necessary to get these clients to still be able to make their monthly payments without having to file bankruptcy, but still meeting the creditor's guidelines so that they're still getting the benefits and they're still paying these accounts off.
There was a woman who lived in Georgia whom she was about to deliver her baby in 1 month. She knew that she was going to be on maternity leave. With that, she asked us to try to go ahead and get her on our hardship program and reduce her payment. We were able to reduce her payment by almost $150, which enabled her to stay current with her bills as well as stay home and take care of her baby.
There was 1 month where I was on medical leave and I wasn't able to make the payment. And what I did was I called one of the representatives at the debt relief company. I explained some of the situation, they understood, and they were able to postpone my payment for 1 month, and I was able to make it up the following month.
It's so easy to sign up for this service. All it takes is one phone call. You owe it to yourself and to your family to stop paying these high interest rates and to take control of your finances. Make the call so you can put your credit card worries behind you. Or you can log on to the website at www.debtreliefonline.com to apply over the internet.
I spoke to one of the representatives, and they were able to help me right over the phone. I faxed my information over to them, and I was on my way within almost 24 hours.
What would you say to somebody who's watching that, this couldn't be that good?
It's true. It was really easy. A phone call, a couple faxes, and we were done.
I believe in this program so much that I have relatives that I have placed onto this program that had debts that were over $20,000 that are now so close to being debt-free. And every time I see them, I have a smile on my face knowing that I was able to change their situation.
We can help people even if they do not speak English. Here we speak 4 different languages: English, Polish, Italian, and Spanish.
You always know where you stand with your creditors because you get that statement every month, and it shows where they've paid, it shows where you're not being charged any interest.
You don't have to worry about it. You make that one payment and you don't have to worry about it. It's excellent.
Well, now that we're out of debt, we can, take a trip if we want. We can just be happy again.
Before, we had to worry about everything and if we were going to be able to make the payment on time and what would happen if we didn't. And now our relationship's a lot better. We don't have all the stress there, and we just don't have to worry.
You can't believe that you're out of debt. You just sit back like, you know, that's all I can do is like, ooh, thank God I'm out of debt.
And I haven't even mentioned that you can get money back. When you pay your bills on time each month, after 6 months, you can get a rebate check from the debt relief company.
After 6 months of good payment history with them, they will actually give them 50% back in their pockets of what they collect from the creditors.
I got one just a few months ago, as a matter of fact, and that was a very nice prize. They had told me about it, and that was a very nice prize, and of course it come in at perfect time.
My first one was 171, my second one was 110, and the third one was probably around 157.
Once you're debt-free, you could be putting money away for retirement. You could be putting aside money for your children's college education or saving for the vacation you've always wanted. You can even get started on those plans to buy a car or a house, no matter what credit problems you've had in the past.
We had a client that was on our program for about 13 months. We paid all their debts through our program. And a year and a half later, the client called me up and said, listen, we're moving into a home. We've applied for a mortgage. Can you please contact this loan officer because she needs a letter of reference about how we repaid our debts to your firm and that our payments have been timely. I in turn called the loan officer up. She said to me, because of this letter, this client will now get into this new home. So afterwards, I called the client back, and he said the letter made all the difference in the world.
I was at my job, and she called me out and said, well, I have the house you want to move into. I said, okay, well, let me go take a look.
He's like, are you sure? I'm like, this is it. This is the house.
So I had the fireplace and the pool and the garage and basement. Everything was just perfect.
It was excellent. It's an excellent house. And without the help of the debt relief, I wouldn't have never got into it.
3 weeks ago, we actually moved in a new house in a very nice neighborhood that we had looked before. We weren't able to really qualify for the loan that we were looking for until we got a letter of reference from the debt relief company.
Without the debt relief program, I don't believe I would have been able to get the mortgage because my credit was in bad shape. Debt relief actually gave me a letter stating that I've made my payments on time and followed through with the program, and I had no problems at all getting my mortgage. But let's say you're not behind on your bills. You're paying on time, but you're barely able to keep up with the credit card minimums. Well, you may think you've got a perfect credit rating, but what you don't realize is that you may have a too high debt-to-income ratio.
You can pay every single payment on time, but if you are maxed out or your balances are too high, that will affect you qualifying for future credit. By working with Debt Relief Clearinghouse, the debt-to-income ratios will come down. The balances will come down, which will then change your score on a credit report for future purchases.
Many of the clients that we're dealing with come to our program feeling as if they're treading water. They're making their payments on time every month. Nothing is happening. Nothing is changing. And they feel that they're getting nowhere. And that's what the program is going to change for them. It's going to allow them to become debt-free, to stop treading water so that ultimately they can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We weren't behind on anything, but we feared getting behind. So that's exactly why we sought out the company.
There's not a lot of future in knowing that you have a debt that you may never see an end to.
Would you like to start enjoying your life again? To wake up from the nightmare of too much credit card debt? It's happening for the people you've seen in this program, and it can happen for you, too. In fact, you can even get help with settling tax debts and preventing home foreclosures. So pick up the phone and call the Debt Relief Clearinghouse.
With the Debt Relief Clearinghouse, it gives them another option. It gives them a way to pay the creditors at a reduced rate as well as save their credit rating.
You can spend more money on your children. You can spend more time with your children, going places, going on vacations, things that you can now afford and enjoy.
It's much less stressful. We're not on top of each other all the time. We feel better about ourselves because we're actually progressing forward and we're taking positive steps in our lives.
I'm seeing some leeway now. You know, when I get those statements in every month, you know, I see how far we've come, and it's like, oh.
I hear you're raising your grandkids. Is that right? You look much too young to be raising your grandkids. What are you able to do for your grandkids now that you just couldn't have done before?
Well, I'm able to do a lot of things for them. I mean, one thing that sticks out in particular is a few months ago, my grandson, his birthday, we were able to take him and give him a nice birthday party at a pizza place there, and play lots of games and just, I mean, we were all kids. And, 3 years ago, we wouldn't have been able to do that.
Those of you who know me know I spend many hours each week as a guest expert on radio call-in shows helping people solve their financial problems. And whenever they have too much credit card debt, I recommend the Debt Relief Clearinghouse because they do such an outstanding job. The whole time you're paying just the minimum balance on your credit cards, kind of like being on an endless treadmill. You're barely keeping up, but you're really never getting ahead. But what if you happen to get into trouble one month and fall behind? Then the interest rates and the penalties for late payments can shoot up and put you even further behind.
The interest rate is unreal, and you pay $25 and your balance goes down maybe 3 or 5, and you're constantly paying and you're not getting anywhere.
Sometimes, just by mistake, I forgot a payment. I'm trying to get all the stamps together, trying to get all the envelopes together, and forget, make a mistake, and then I get a phone call, Mr. Johnson, we haven't received a payment, and then there's the additional late charge.
When you keep paying, and you don't never see that there's going to be any daylight because you look at the bill, and it'll be the same each month as it was 2 or 3 months later, and so you're not getting no prize.
Take a second and think about this. What if you don't take care of your debt? What if you just keep paying your monthly minimum credit card balances? Where will that leave you in a year? How about in 5 years? Probably in about the same financial position you're in right now. The same credit card balances, the same debt, your same plans for the future on hold, the same stress, or maybe even worse.
99% of the people that we help are people that are trying to make good of the debts they have, and they just find it impossible because they get trapped in the high interest rates the banks charge, and it's very discouraging. The bills just don't get paid down. They make their payments every month, statements come in, the balances are the same. Months and months go by, years even go by, and what do they say? Their hard-earned money going nowhere. So by coming to our services, we give them a chance to see progress. Their statements come in the mail, balances are going down. They know they're getting somewhere.
My bills are coming down so much faster, and I feel like I finally have control over my debt. It's finally going away.
Anyone that's in debt, they would know how I feel. And it's kind of like you can't breathe. You can't do anything. You're stuck.
But if you sign up for the Debt Relief Clearinghouse and stick with their program, I promise you will get out of debt. So call right now. And don't worry, this is a toll-free phone call. It won't cost you anything. Don't wait. Pick up the phone right now and call the Debt Relief Clearinghouse. Or you can log on to the website at www.debtreliefonline.com to apply over the internet.
A lot of college students will call us because, as we all know, credit cards get sent out to college students, and basically they'll go ahead, run up the bills, don't realize they'll have to pay them after a while. And after a while, they accumulated a large amount of money, and they owe more out than what they make. So what we do, again, is we go ahead and we usually can get their monthly payments lowered to something that they could afford while going to school and get them out of debt at the same time to help them with their credit.
If you're in a position where you can't pay your bills and you don't think anybody can help, or there's no alternative, or nobody really cares what happens to your situation, that's the difference that you gain by coming to my company. The staff that we have, every one of us is a big family that cares about helping people all day long to get their situation to where they want it to be.
For helping a lot of people. It's just a tremendous company, very family-oriented. I love being here, and basically I love helping people.
I get so happy when I can say to someone, I can definitely help you. And then just to go through the whole process and get them started on our program so we can help them out, it just makes me feel great. I love coming to work.
My expertise is in personal finance, and I'm here today because I want you to know that the Debt Relief Clearinghouse has helped thousands of people clear up their debts. Remember, this process works because you get special low interest rates that help you get out of debt much faster than you ever could on your own. The Debt Relief Clearinghouse will refer you to a top-notch company that will show you just how easy it is to get out of debt. One of the fine companies that the Debt Relief Clearinghouse refers many clients to is the Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation.
We're able to negotiate with the banks to reduce the interest rates that the consumer's being charged. This allows much more money on a monthly basis to be going directly toward the principal, so the balances do come down.
Everyone that works at Cambridge, every time I call, has always helped me. They have always just been there, letting me know whatever I need to know.
It makes me feel wonderful to be able to help a client turn their lives around financially. I mean, for a someone to write in a letter and say, you know, without your help, I never would have gotten this home. That's a great thing.
We're here to help the client get out of a bad situation and help them rebuild their credit history.
Just one check a month will pay off all your debts, no matter how large, and even free you from late charges, high interest rates, and those unpleasant confrontations with bill collectors.
Well, I came home from work one day about a month ago, and my wife was smiling, and she said, "You know what?" And I said, "No." So she opened the envelope, and she said, "We're in the black." You know, wow.
I'm actually building up my savings, and I hope to be buying a house within the next year or two.
It feels great. I'm able to do the things I wasn't able to do before. I'm able to save money for the kids' college, and because I always wanted to go to Disney World. Mommy, when are we going to go to Disney World? And we finally was able to go.
I bought a car since we've been with the debt management company, and I had no problem getting approved.
It just makes you feel better about yourself. Because I did the right thing. I followed through with the debts that I made before. They were my debts. I paid them back. Everybody got the money that I owed to them. And it just makes you feel better about yourself.
I just never thought I'd ever owned a house like this size. Debt relief helped me to do that.
Now I can see the future. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I'm able to save, and I'm also going to be debt-free within 3 years, and I can already see the big accomplishment between now and 7 or 8 months ago.
And you can do it quite simply by writing just one check a month, possibly for less than you're writing now. Why not get the help you need so you can start living again? It's not too late for you to start. Make today the day you turn around your financial life. Start by calling the Debt Relief Clearinghouse right now.
We were at a point in our life that, you know, I had to take a chance on it, and today I'm very grateful because, you know, everything they told me was the truth.
It makes me feel wonderful to know that I've actually been able to help someone and to ease a little bit of their frustrations. It's great.
It's a great feeling to wake up in the morning knowing that you can go to work and help somebody.
Well, there's no feeling in the world like satisfaction, hanging up the phone and knowing that you made a difference in somebody else's life.
Over the last few years, tens of thousands of people have begun living their dreams again, simply by following a step-by-step debt repayment program with lower interest rates. And now you can do it. Call the Debt Relief Clearinghouse and get started right now becoming debt-free. I'm Jordan Goodman. Thanks for watching.
Anybody can get debt relief as long as they ask for it. Thinking about it and not doing anything about it or hiding from your problems, nothing will happen. But by taking that first step and calling Debt Relief Clearinghouse, it's going to make all the difference in the world.
I don't think I could have done it by myself. It took their embracing me and their understanding and pointing me in the right direction. That's what got me where I am today.
It definitely works. You just, got to let the program work and do what you're supposed to do. And if you do it, things will work out for you.
You can't believe that you're out of debt. You just sit back like, that's all I can do is like, oh, thank God I'm out of debt. That's all I can say.
The preceding paid program was brought to you by the Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation and Brighton Credit Management Corporation.
For the most comprehensive news and weather, start your day with WTVY News 4 this morning. Anchor Stephanie Hicks has the latest local news, plus state and national headlines. Meteorologist Oscar Finn has the most accurate weather information from the Power Doppler Plus Storm Center. Start your day with the best local news and weather. WTVY News 4 this morning. Another reason WTVY News 4 is your hometown news leader.
Life may not be as easy as pushing a button, but with e-file from the IRS, your taxes can be. It's the fastest, surest way to get your taxes behind you. So ask your tax preparer or visit us on the web.
Stephanie, the key to the two-seamer, don't overthrow it.
Yeah, touchdown pass. I got it.
Hey, better swing, better swing, better.
Guys. Give me the ball. You're going to throw in the newsroom. Throw it, all right?
That is so disgusting. What are you doing?
We got popcorn, peanuts, ice cold soda right here. Get them while they're hot, everyone. Get them while they're hot.
Join me at 5:30 a.m. for WTVY News 4 this morning.
More than a movie, it's a night to love. Lucy, CBS next Sunday.
This is the